Hey gang, welcome back to Joe Daddy's Garage. I am in Windber, Pennsylvania for Miners Day, and they have a huge car show. So I'm going to be showing some other images of cars in this car show, but I found a vehicle that really got me excited when I saw it. So I was walking around, there's a variety of cars here, and I wanted to see this car in particular because there weren't that many of them made, and it's hard to find them. So let me show you what this car is, and we're going to take a better look at it and talk about it. So as I'm walking around, I see this Boss 302. And we all know it's easy enough to say it's a clone. But the first thing I saw or noticed was the fact that there was no vents in the quarter panel. And I thought, well, somebody went out of their way if they were going to make this a clone car. So you can see it's yellow, got the blackout on the headlight buckets, the black on the hood, the Boss 302 stripes. And as I started looking at it, I was like, wait a minute, maybe this is a real Boss car. I looked inside and I noticed it has standard interior, which is probably not uncommon when people ordered these, that they ordered it starting with the base model sport roof. You can see it does not have the wood grain dash. It has a 4-speed, and there's some added-on gauges, factory radio, and it's a really nice looking car overall. So I started looking the car over, and I just noticed more and more as I went, and I started talking to the owner. Now, he has owned this car for over 30 years, and he bought it as a basket case. So he started working on it because it was his dream car. He said he's done some work on the quarter panels, but the doors, fenders, I believe the hood, everything else is basically original, but it was a basket case car. So he has worked on it and done a lot to try to make it as close to the original car as he could. But I was really just surprised to even see the car itself here at the car show. You know, there's nothing fancy. You got the basic gas cap, you got the blacked out deck lid, the wing, and he has added the louvers on the back of the car. So here we have the Magnum 500 wheels, of course the stripes, and he also told me that this car is a factory disc brake car, as it should be, and he did the Shelby drop on it. He's not worried about it being 100% original, and I agree with that, because you can get carried away, you can make all the gaps dead on perfect, and you never want to drive it again. So in this case, this car is very drivable, and he enjoys it, and he loves driving it. So he does have the Marty report, and a quick glance on that, you'll see it says 69, built at Dearborn, Mustang 2-door sports roof, as I said earlier, 302 Boss V8 engine, and there's the other information going down. There's the 391 traction lock rear axle, 4-speed close ratio manual transmission, DSO Charlotte, and scheduled for built July 18th, 1969. It gives the other options here: rear deck spoiler, traction lock, optional axle ratio, front belted, raised white letter tires, Brembo deluxe steering wheel, sport slats, front disc brakes, AM radio, color keyed racing mirrors, tachometer and odometer. Just such a cool car to see in this condition, you know, overall, and just a rarity in my opinion to even see a Boss 302 car. Now, he did tell me that this engine is not the original. It's a service block, but it is a Boss 302 service block. And he's added a few different things. He's added electronic ignition. It still has the rev limiter built in or attached over here, aftermarket radiator, and there's some more detail stuff he's planning on doing to this car, but for now this is very drivable and a very nice car to look at. So I'm just really excited that I was able to see this car and get a look at it, because they're so hard to find. So chin spoiler, and apparently that's the original dealership that sold the car, Link Smith Ford in Greensboro, North Carolina. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So I'm gonna walk around a little more and try to capture some other cars. We're at the end of the event, so people are leaving, and there's still a lot here to see. I'll try to walk through and show you what's at this car show. Apparently they do this every year at the same time of year, and maybe I'll get to come back another time, I don't know. But it's very cool to be here, so we'll check out the other stuff. Your little car stay up there?
What's that?
Your little car stay up here?
I better grab it.
You might want to get that.
Yeah.
Oh, good eye.
I knew something wasn't right.
Right?
You gotta do shot.
I have to apologize for having to mute the video, but there was a lot of music that was playing while I was walking past all these cars. And you know how it is. Whenever they have music on a video, there's copyright problems. So I just decided to just turn it off. Now, there's a lot of cool cars here. There was a few more cars in this area when I first walked through, and they have since left. But there was so many different cars here. As I mentioned later on, there was a lot of Mopars. And you can see this Charger here, or CUDA, whichever it is. I don't focus on what the branding is, but it's either a Charger or a CUDA. And I looked to my left, and here was this 66 Satellite. And I really like these cars. I had a 67 Plymouth Belvedere that was a two-door hardtop. But this convertible was really, really nice. Very clean, very well done. And it had that big block in it, and just basically spotless. And then next to it was, I believe it's a 64 Plymouth. And again, a convertible. And it was super clean and super nice. I'm sure these guys hang out with each other all the time. As you look to the back here, you see some old school hot rods. And then there were cars behind that building as well. Back to going across the street, and there's a 64 Galaxy 500. Really like those cars. I remember riding in one with my brother when I was a young teenager. Studebaker, likely a Silverhawk, 73-ish Monte Carlo. That Dodge truck was for sale for like $52,000. And then, you know, the old school classic Thunderbird here with this peachy kind of color on it, a little bit different. And there were more cars here in the middle, and then behind these two cars, the Metropolitan and this hot rod, was cars parked in the bank area. And then I really like this car here, this GTX, and I liked it because it was super, super clean. When I look at the paint here in just a second, you can see the reflection of this Ford pickup. Really, really nice. I can really appreciate a black car that is just smooth as can be. So get past the pickup truck. Here's a probably 68, 69, 70 Corvette. I don't remember. I noticed a breakdown with the bumpers that, you know, makes them slightly different over the years. About a 59 Impala 4-door, and then another Plymouth. And further up here, there were some other cars. You know, you've seen these El Caminos before, and then some old, like, Model A's. I think the one here, this bluish colored one, is not a Ford. It's probably like some odd manufacturer. Really like this tow truck. I thought that was cool to see it there. And further ahead, we run into your classic 57 Chevy, two-door hardtop. Next to it,
like an old Dodge convertible truck. You don't see those very often. A GTO, great looking cars. This is where I'm at, Windber, Pennsylvania, and that's the post office in the middle of town. 66 convertible, I believe. Another Charger, 69. Should be. Those hood scoops look really odd to me. I don't think I've seen those before. 70 Mustang, shaker hood, pretty clean car. I had looked this over earlier. Of course, it's got the Mach 1 options on it. And red, looks nice on these cars. I'm not a fan of red, but it does look good on the car. And then the little 65 Mustang next to it. Hey, it also had great paint on it. Heavy metallic, 4-speed, center console. And then up front here, I'm sure it's a 302 variant of some sort. These, the Firebird here, I prefer the older generation with the Smokey and the Bandit series, the front bumper. I just like that better from the movie. And then here you have a 67 or 68, probably 67, Chevy pickup. These Mopars, these little dart swingers or whatever they are, I like those when they have the painted wheels that match the body. Same way with this 67 Chevy Impala. And this little Mustang 2 Cobra caught my eye. We make fun of these cars a lot, but really this car would be a lot of fun to drive when you think about it. It's a small car, V8 powered. And then I slowed the video down a little bit because for some reason it keeps acting like it was going faster and faster. So I just slow it down a little bit. I really liked this Charger because it's a patina car. And I say Charger, it could be a Satellite Sebring. They had different names for them. But the patina on this car is what sold me. And that's why I slowed down to take a look at it. Here it is with a bench seat, pistol grip 4-speed. What an odd combination to see. And then as you go to the back of the car, you can, Roadrunner, right there, it has Roadrunner on it. But again, Sebring, Charger, they all had similar looks. There's some dents in the back. The paint gone off the deck lid and the quarter. I mean, I just get a kick out of that because I think it's fantastic that it's a survivor in effect. So looked at this, and then right next to it, after another look at the interior, I looked right next to it, and there is a Superbird Roadrunner. And, these cars, it's nice to see these. They had the Daytona, the Superbird, and I believe this was a 440 car, but super, super clean. You have to appreciate what they've done to make this, and I believe it's probably Petty Blue, I think is the color that's on it, but it's an automatic car. I wished it was a 4-speed, but, they could order them in a variety of different ways. Vinyl top on it, which is always interesting to see, and I know these cars had a weird transition in the deck filler panel because of the aerodynamics that they put on these cars. Neat to see the little Roadrunner on the back there, of course, and on the side, on the wing. Just a really cool car to look at. I highlight here again the vinyl and the transition. I know they built a special back window for these cars, so this is just an odd setup. But super clean car, and it was so much fun to go to this car show and see all this stuff that was there.
So that was pretty cool. I didn't even know this was happening, and I just stopped in on a whim and checked it out. Who knows, maybe I'll make it back here one day. I don't know for sure. Looks like it's kind of a block party type of thing where they have crafts and stuff they sell on the side, but pretty cool to see all these cars. I know up here, growing up in this area, Mopars were a huge thing, and they were probably more prominent than any of the Chevy stuff, and then Fords, of course. But right now there's a lot of stuff here, but I saw a lot of Mopars, and this is the place to find them, is up here in Pennsylvania. So I love this type of weather they're having. It's beautiful. The humidity's low, fantastic. We've had a good experience with our family being up here and spending some time, and I hope to get some more videos going very soon on the 68 Fastback. So that'll be it for this video, And until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya.